Josue Sotero is coming up next against one of the best in New England. And here's the tale of the tape between two in their 20s that have such bright futures and one of the most anticipated non-title fights in New England here in the last couple of months. This is a huge
This is a great
matchup.
fight. This is a great fight.
We continue our action. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, the man to my left, out of the blue corner, holding a perfect professional record. 1 victory with no defeats, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 145.2 pounds, from Windham, New Hampshire, Fred Allen Sfeir. And his opponent out of the red corner, also sporting a perfect professional record. 1 victory, no defeats, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 145.2 pounds, fighting out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Josue Sotero! And the referee in charge, the legendary Dale Hart.
Well, the good news is hopefully that fan is okay and the sabbatical was short-lived. I had literally just got out of my seat for just a brief moment, came right back in here, and we're back underway.
Round number 1.
Sotero coming out very strong against Fred Allen Sfeir.
Yeah, looking for that single.
Sfeir 1-0 as a pro. Sotero was listed and announced by Matt Perino as 1-0. His one victory at Art of Scrap was ruled ineligible, at least according to Tapology's rankings and record-wise too, but we'll give him the 1. Sotero is just such a great prospect. So is Sfeir. This really could be a hugely influential one for both careers. Fans getting to see the Granite State native, Fred Allen Sfeir, for the first time. But he's been a mainstay in New England fight circles too, and one that always draws a lot of eyeballs. Right now it's a grappling game, it's a positioning game, and Sotero has his opponent Sfeir up against the cage. Sotero trying to take his opponent down. Sfeir stops that attempt, at least for the moment. Fight card tonight. Oh, good strong left. You know, this is reminiscent to the early days of New England fights too, where they used to have the fight cards were very long. There was actually one, I'll pull that numbers up here in a second, that was 30 fights.
Oh my gosh.
So what they would do is they would have the amateur fights, then they would have the pro main event, and then they'd have amateur fights afterwards.
Oh.
But this has been a lot of fights. There was 24 scheduled. We'll have 22 if everything goes well by the end of the night. 30 fights were on New England Fight 7 at the Androscoggin Bank Coliseum back in the day.
Ooh, big overhand right by Josue.
Now some elbows being thrown down as Sotero trying to drop him but can't do so.
Picks him up, puts him down.
Short-lived. Sfeir back on his feet. Sotero just trying to get position. Got one hook in with his right leg, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the left unless he can quickly move in position. Drags him down again. Sfeir trying to posture and get back into a better position. And he does. Right on top and now raining down blows. Under 90 seconds left to go.
A lot of ground control here.
This is a fight that could really set up the career for the victor of this fight. And I think that's why you're seeing almost like a chess match type opening first round here between these two, because no one wants to make that big tactical mistake. They just want to try to get that position. It's almost more of that clinical technician type matchup early on that might open up as we progress. Sfeir trying to continue to maintain the pressure in the better position here to close out this first round.
Under 30 seconds to go for round number 1.
What was that lasting image in the head of the judge? So blows here to close the first round. We've already had one fight end in the final second of a round. The debuting amateur, Carlo Oliveira, picked up a win in the first round at 2:59. I'm not gonna lie, that music jumped me a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Gonna love Ronnie James Dio, but not when it was a little somber sounding here and quiet, and then all of a sudden, boom, hits you in the face. But pretty good round, all things considered. Probably, I would say Sfeir took that first one just with the control at the end. Three fights after this one, we'll see Killa Cam Arnold returns back to Lewiston for the first time since June of 2024. He's looking to make it another win. Lucky number 7 for him. Charlie Gathers is in his way, and then you don't want to miss it. Nathaniel Grimard, Felipe Gunther for the featherweight champion. And then tapped and capped off by one of the best fights I can remember in a long time. Nick Eldridge defends his bantamweight championship against Olivier Poisson.
We got round number 2 underway. A little low kick by Fred.
I just have a feeling this one's going to open up and you're going to start seeing some really good shots. I have been proven wrong before, however, but still, albeit very early on in the second.
Body shots there by Josue. Nice frame. Knees.
Sotero trying to do what he did last round. He was able to take Sfeir down, albeit very momentarily. Just great high-level positioning there for Sfeir, making sure that left leg does not climb over Sfeir's left leg.
Elbows to the quad.
Last time in this position, Sfeir was able to do exactly that. Get right into that top position.
That bag of ice looks nice.
Yeah, a gentleman just walked by with a giant bag of ice, too. The temperature has not subsided. It stayed at the consistent pacing.
Probably why that guy passed out.
Probably also the consistent why you've got to give credit where credit is due to the fighters who are performing at such a high level. You've got the lights bearing down on you too, which can't be easy.
Yeah, they turned all the lights on here.
Yeah, the lights and the ones above the cage too, which only add. I think they're LEDs, so maybe not as hot as you would have had maybe 30 years ago.
Yeah. Josue in the guard here, or Fred Allen in the guard of Josue.
Sfeir pushes up, looking to make it 2-0 as a professional. Both these guys trying to continue their career in this new level on a high note. So a very reminiscent second round to what we saw in the first. Albeit earlier that Sfeir got into this position, but again, grinding down Josue Sotero.
Not too much action here, but still kind of almost like a chess match.
Yeah.
One wants to probably do one thing, the other's just defending here.
It really is like a high-level grappling match, too, where one guy will move just a little bit trying to improve their position. The other one will counter with something else, and neither is really able to increase their advantage. They're just kind of in a stalemate, but working in a very high-level capacity.
Yeah.
Under 60 seconds left to go. Good news for Sfeir is that he's likely going to be able to use this to go up 2-0.
Still in the guard here. Pretty good job at retaining guard. I'd like to see him stay a little bit more active, maybe throw up some submission attempts, get your heels on the hips, maybe throw some punches. Surprised the ref hasn't necessarily wanted to stand him up yet.
Well, they have been just active enough not to be stood up.
Yeah.
But it's just not active as much as I think the fans would want to. And with everything concerning the medical incident that we saw before prior to, I think some of the fans are just waiting for something to cheer about. Just 3 fights left to go after this one wraps up, but we're heading to the third and final round, featuring 2 of the best in the circuit today. This featherweight bout, Sotero, as an amateur, so he was 5th ranked. Sfeir, right now the 23rd pro lightweight in all of New England. But we go to the final round, and Sotero's got some work to do. Not a ton of differential between these two, but the control definitely dominated by the New Hampshire native and Fred Allen Sfeir. We're back underway. A flying knee as the music was still playing. Honestly, I wouldn't mind the music.
Yeah, some background noise. Looks like they're kind of coming out. Whoa, there's a headbutt.
Almost like Sotero was told in his corner, you need to go out and finish this one.
Yeah.
Punches being thrown from Sfeir. Likely up in this card, but again, you never know how the judges score it, and some very good wild swings, but almost hitting by both guys. Just as the action started to go a little bit more on the feet, we get into a similar situation we've seen the last 2 rounds.
Through the clinch here, standing.
This is what Josue Sotero has done in the first round, and then the second round. Then the position got flipped as they went towards the ground, and
yeah, I feel like they're pretty nullifying of each other's abilities here.
As more ice comes out to this hot venue, Sotero's got a decent position now. He's see what he can do with it. He's got the back, both men standing. Some great knees right to the thigh. Sotero just missing on the left kick. Sfeir throws some punches, misses it.
Oh, nice knee.
Sotero's starting to find his
almost
form.
a flying knee there. Now the action picks up again.
Just missing both those ones. Right and left in succession there with the knees by Sotero. Three minutes remaining in this one. Whoa. Wasn't sure we were going to go the distance, but looks like we may. Barring a knockout or a submission. I haven't seen any evidence that either of these two will do it from the early stages of this fight, but the action is definitely picking up, and the ferocity, especially with Sotero, looking more like he wants to get the finish.
Oh, nice knee to the quad.
Sotero drops Sfeir back down to his backside again as he works his way up on his feet. And the music comes on middle. It has been a long night. We are not responsible for the music, just as a heads. Everyone thinks we do. Well, under 2 minutes left to go. It has been a long night of fights here as we approach the 4:30 mark.
Wow.
If you've been with us since 6:30, we
nice
appreciate it. If you've been with us for 5 minutes, we also appreciate it here on Combat Sports Now. Brian Zachpole, Giuliano Rossi. 82 seconds left to see who can become victorious in this one. Sfeir likely on top the first couple of rounds here. Better control in the first 10 minutes. Sotero showing a lot better looks here in this third, though.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more like he's going for it.
Again, you never know how the judges may have seen that first round.
Kind of fire back and forth here.
Sotero, yeah, really elevating it up here.
Whoa. 30 seconds to go.
Let's see if we see a huge flurry to close this one out. Sfeir at this late stage in the game likely would like to go to the judges' scorecards, thinking he's got the favorable advantage here in the first 2 rounds. 10 seconds left. Couple of strikes thrown, nothing really impactful here. And that is how the fight will end. High-level grappling. The fans may not have been expecting that to be the whole outcome of the 15 minutes. But when all is said and done, 2 of the top prospects in North America fight to a pretty good contest. And now we leave it up to the judges to see how they scored those 15 minutes. Well, those who have stuck it out here in attendance too, got to give them kudos. And not a lot of seats are vacant, but there have been some who might have supported a fighter earlier that have decided to go and enjoy their evenings and maybe catch us on Combat Sports now. But got some good hardcores that are still in attendance, and why wouldn't you? Cam Arnold still to come against Charlie Gathers, and then 2 championships, a featherweight and a bantamweight title. Nick Eldridge defends his championship against one of the best, and Olivier Poisson coming up in the main event. Well, we will set it down to Matt Perino here in just a moment to see who is the winner of this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges see it the same, 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Josue Sotero.
Sotero picks up the win, and the judges likely valuing those takedown attempts in which they got Fred Allen Sfeir into that position. And Sfeir not really working in that top position too much. He was dominating the control, but wasn't doing much with it.
Yeah.
It does taste defeat here by 29-28 unanimous decision for Sotero.